Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be on today, and yes, I am on a little early. I had a scheduling conflict, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to come on and share the information tonight, regardless of the time conflict or anything like that. Because if I'm preaching the mantra "No more excuses," then it is truly no more excuses. You got to show up. So it was either come early or I wouldn't be able to get it done. So um, getting out my phone so I can see if there's anybody messaging me or having some problems and not being able to hear me. Um, but nevertheless, I'm excited to be on this evening to be engaging with you guys. So if you feel the need to, well, actually, I'm asking you to share the video. I'm pretty excited about the information I'm going to share. I'm not going to keep you because I do, again, have some other things to, another scheduling appointment this evening. But it didn't mean that I didn't want to share the information. So tonight, I want to make sure to, well, hold on. Somebody's saying something to me. So let me make sure I can address them. Okay. But nevertheless, I'm excited to come on I'll probably be on just a few minutes just to share some information I was very excited about. For those who haven't taken the time, please read the new article that I have on the Huffington Post. Is pinned to the top of the Modern Life page. It's called Great Service Builds Extraordinary Relationships, which is one of the topics I love to address when I'm talking about um, what I like to call key success skills, but they're commonly called soft skills. Um, in regards to how you engage your clients, how you engage your employees, and how you engage other members of your team or colleagues. So, just for example, I want you to think about if you were a business owner in this aspect, or if you were someone of management or someone who's working in HR. Um, when you start thinking about the brand, the purpose of the organization, you start thinking about people who are able to carry those things out. That's when you interview people, you start thinking about what is it like to, what is their customer service engagement like? People typically ask that. How well do you work with others? Well, I think about people who are in the consumer services industry whose business is primarily built on relationships. If they don't have people who can carry out great relationships, people are not going to come back to their business. You're not going to get referrals. You're not going to have people that become your ambassador. And what I mean by that, your ambassador is someone who goes out and sings your praises, and you didn't have to do one thing for them, but simply show up and wow them with the customer service experience. So when you start thinking about brand ambassadors, those are what you want to create by making sure that your employees and people that you are engaging with and you yourself have the key success skills to create amazing relationships. And in the article, I talk about a hairstylist who's been in business for a long, long time and who's been able to expand her business simply based on the relationships that she was able to cultivate with her clients. And she had to learn the hard way was that in order to continue to grow your business, you have to have referrals and customers returning. Because how much money would it cost in advertising to go out and look for new clients every single time? I mean, just think about it for a second. If you think about the grocery store that's in your neighborhood, if you went there once and never ever went there again, and the same thing happened with every person in that neighborhood or every person within a 10 to 15-mile radius chose not to go to that grocery store again, what do you think would happen to the grocery store if no one ever came back? Eventually, it will go out of business because they will keep spending money to get new people to come when the people who've already been there, who've already shopped there, had a great experience there, would tell people, hey, just go over there and these people will help you, or go over there, it was a great experience for me. Because we go see movies and go out to restaurants off people referring us, right? So imagine if somebody was referring people to your business or to work with your team. How would that look in regards to your growth and expansion of your platform? It would expand at a more rapid rate if people would simply become your ambassadors. And that's cheaper on advertising because you're not investing money in advertising, so to speak. You're simply wowing people people with the customer experience, which is what we're supposed to do anyways. So just wanted to share some insight on that and ask if you guys would like. I'm hoping you can share some insight if you have a small business. I want you to start thinking about what it would be like to incorporate some soft skills training into your organization, because it's well worth it. And granted, you may say, oh, well, we can't really afford for people to be away from work that long, or we can't really make the time for it. There's ways around the training. That is what we pride ourselves in doing here at More to Life. We're able to customize the training time and training solutions to benefit your employees. So if you could expand your platform or get more clients to come into your business, would you be willing to invest in the training? And that's the question of the week. I actually posted it in a poll on the More to Life Academy group to see what is the big obstacle that causes people not to invest. And from what I gather, just from speaking to people, it's usually cost, or I can't have my employees being away from work during the day, or I don't see where it's beneficial. You know, people have a lot of things to say, a lot of negative things to say sometimes about training and developing their employees, but at the same time, you're looking for those profit margins. So I just want to let you know that customer service experience is directly tied to your profit margin. If you don't wow your customer, they're not coming back. And if you think about how quickly things spread via social media, if someone has a great experience and they post it all over social media, people are going to want to come to your business. They want to come and just actually see if they can get wowed. But could you imagine what it would be like if somebody posted a bad review in social media about your business? It was spread all over in like 2 to 3 minutes simply by people sharing it and wanting to know what happened, because a lot of times people thrive off negativity. And if you could get something like that to work in the reverse effect for you, how much more powerful would your business be? You know, how much powerful would your brand be? How much powerful would an ambassador be for you if they were consistently wowed when they came to do business with you? So that's just something to think about this evening. And I wanted to share 3 points. I actually wrote them down because I had to choose from my list, and I had so many I wanted to share this evening. But I picked 3 to share with you this evening that it cost, and I want you to brace yourself, approximately 33% of an employee's salary to replace him or her within your organization. That's a lot. So if you just simply develop the people, give them a sense of belonging, they'll be sure to carry out the mission and the purpose of the organization. They'll feel like they belong. They'll buy into the purpose and the passion of the business. But you have to put in an environment where they can feel like they can grow, and you know that they are adding value. So that's 2 things. You know, you have to treat the client a certain way and treat the employee a certain way to treat the client a certain way. So it's a snowball effect when you start thinking about the growth of your organization. And I just keep checking my phone to see if anybody's messaging me. But that's just a big figure to pay if you could get a loyal person to stay with you, who's looking to learn the culture, wear the culture, live the culture, and carry your brand around with them at all times. And that is typically what organizations and small business owners and HR employees want. They want someone to buy into the mission, purpose, and brand of the organization. But without proper key success skills training, which is what are commonly called soft skills training, that's where you can run into that, you know, just a cluster, so to speak. And which, with that being said, I was on LinkedIn today and someone posted that a gentleman submitted a resume and he was just having difficulty finding a job. And he was saying people are ruling him out in regards to the resume. And he was really amazing at the job. I think he relocated or something, so he was trying to start over. Now, think about how many people that we know that are not so tech savvy, right? So they're not able to maybe get the resume to have all the buzzwords, or maybe they're not so well versed in getting a resume done. And I mean, they may invest in it. Who knows? But a lot of times there's people who can wow you in person, but the resume doesn't speak the volumes that show up when you see the character, right? So when you start thinking about that, your entire organization, or maybe you, if you're doing the hiring for your small business, have to consider at least bringing the person in to see who shows up in your office, to see how they engage. Because one thing I know that people do remember when they're conducting business or having some type of professional encounter with you is they don't necessarily remember how smart you are, so to speak, but they do remember how you made them feel. They remember that customer experience or that client experience with you. And that's something that I think about. Like, if I've been wronged by an organization or, some type of store or something, I'm mad with the entire store. It doesn't matter about the person who was at the door who spoke to me. It's a bad experience overall. So when you think about that, there's no one man show in an organization, or maybe that's the call center or, that team. No, it's our organization as a whole. So if you're looking to expand your organization in regards to customer referrals and created ambassadors who will go out and praise your brand, then you have to be willing to invest in key success skills training or some type of professional development to enhance that team engagement with your employees. And another thing to think about is fostering great relationships. Clear communication in the workplace allows people to feel connected to their team. Because what you don't want is the team to feel like they're competing against each other to maybe get an award or accolade or something of that nature. You want people to feel like it is team engagement. We're in this together. We're all working toward the same goal. When you win, I win. And I know that may sound far-fetched for some people based on the environment that you're currently in or the environment that you have been in previously. That is possible to create a sense of belonging and a sense of team engagement in your place of business if you invest in the training to make sure that people are willing to understand their roles and feel like they're adding some value to the organization. People buy into that. People want to feel like they're a part of something. So that is another thing I wanted to share. And the last thing was, you want people on your team when you're thinking about consumer engagement, especially people who can stay calm, people who are flexible, people who don't let negativity push them over. You want a positive attitude, because a negative attitude in an organization or on a team or wherever can be like a cancer. It is not a part of business that you want to occur when you're dealing with customers, because people remember how you made them feel. And that's the part that people spread around. And if you don't believe me, just look at social media. Just pay attention to people going to restaurants or them having some type of client experience. They will post and say, so-and-so did my hair great. So-and-so did my nails great. Got a great massage. Had a great treatment at a restaurant. And I could go on and on and on. And people brag about those things because they remember the experience. People pay for experiences. People pay for problems to be solved. And if they're done in such a capacity that they feel appreciated and feel like you took time to actually wow them, they will return and bring more people with them. So that's just something to think about today in regards to training and development. If you're thinking about budgets for the beginning of the year, what you're looking to invest in, don't let time or cost or any of that be an obstacle for you expanding your platform. If you have questions about, I'll say customized training, times of training, definitely don't hesitate to inbox us. We are able to definitely meet your need, and if we're not, we can definitely refer you to someone who can. But I'll say, it's the beginning of the year. Start off the year with great relationships. You want to continue to expand your business in 2018, and not just for the first quarter. You want this momentum all year through. So in order to do that, come up with a curriculum, something that you can actually be consistent with, and continue to invest in the training and development of your team, your employees, yourself. Just never stop learning. Never stop being able to serve, because that is what people pay for. They pay for service and they pay for solutions. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. And for any new people that may be watching, my name is Demetra Moore. Of course, you guys probably know that by now. And my business is More Out of Life. and we are a professional consulting and coaching business who specializes in professional development and soft skills, which I like to call key success skills training. And the goal is to engage with businesses who work in a consumer services oriented space, because we love to help people wow their customers. So until next time, don't make excuses for not getting the training done. Just get it done, and just continue to own your space. And remember, relationships